Okay, welcome back to the bench. Hopefully you can hear that this is working. Let me turn it down. Okay, so I'm going to go through everything that I did to get this radio working. Those of you that saw my first video where I didn't know if I was going to do anything because it looked like it was destroyed, I now have it working. Just bear with me. I'm going to run through everything that I did. Stupid mistakes, things that I wasn't thinking about, and turns out to be the final problem. One of the final problems. But anyway, I have it working. I met the challenge. I brought it back to life. So just bear with me, and I'm going to bring you over here. I'm going to point things out and what I actually did. Okay, so first things first. The volume control. I'll really get everybody seasick here. It's knocking the camera. You get it repositioned. Volume control finally came in. It took about 4 weeks for it to come in. Turns out it's not really what I needed. Mistake I made, I'll turn this down again. Mistake I made was not thinking. I ordered the pot. Should have been a linear taper, audio taper, or logarithmic taper. This happened to be a linear taper. So all the control, it doesn't really get much volume until you get almost near the top. Okay, that's my mistake, but the radio is working. Last video I talked that one of the videos I said I blew the output transistors. No, I didn't. My fault. Again, things weren't working. What I did do is I'm going to show you on here, if I can get this straight. Everything in yellow I wound up replacing. Caps. Now I didn't have to change all of the transistors. I did wind up only replacing the two outputs. Okay, I'm going to go through what I did with that, and I also replaced the first IF. Okay, and I used that out of the Zenith Royal 400. Okay, so bottom line is I got to a point where the radio was working. I had audio here. This is the collector of the driver, and I had audio here. I had audio right up to here, but I basically had no audio coming out of the transistors. That's one of the reasons I thought I blew the transistors. Okay. A lot of thought, a lot of time to think about this, and I started rechecking things, and I found that the black wire here, instead of going to ground, okay, where did it go? I forget which wire it was, but one of the wires went to the wrong tap, okay? Went to the wrong place. So I figured, oh my God, wow, I found the problem. Instead of it being on this, I don't know if you can see it real well, but instead of it being on this end, get in here a little bit better with the light. This terminal strip, instead of it being here, it was here. I says, oh my God, I found the problem. Awesome. I moved it over. Same thing. And that is the black leg of the, it's the black leg here. It's supposed to go into the 47 ohm, which is underneath this resistor here, okay? Wasn't doing that. So I figured, awesome, I found the problem. That wasn't it. So then I started really thinking about this. And I asked on one of the websites, it's the Heathkit website, and we started talking about transformers, obviously there's no indication on here there's a part number. Well, part numbers for Heathkit doesn't tell you what the specs are on it. So I tested it in place. It looked like it tested good. I wound up taking it out of circuit and testing it, and it still seemed like it was okay. So then I attempted to do a turns ratio to determine what the turns ratio was to try to figure out a good replacement if it was bad, and I couldn't. So it appears that there are shorted turns inside either the primary or the secondary. I'm not sure which is, I think it's the secondary that's bad. If you remember, this whole area over here, these two resistors were just blown apart. This cap was cooked. There was another resistor, another broken resistor here, another one over here. So there was a lot of damage, and this cap was cooked as well. So I wound up replacing all of those parts, but the radio didn't work. Well, if I had really thought about it, this is in that same circuit. These wires basically were right across, like so. This red wire comes over here. So I set out and I started looking for another transformer. I found one on eBay. This was, yeah, you can't see the light in here. It's horrible. The TR111. Had it in a couple days. It came with a spec sheet, which I have here. I've now put it in with the manual, so it's always around. And I'm using the 4 ohm tap, the black and the green. Okay. You could also run an 8 ohm or a 16 ohm with this. But again, I put this in.
With the campaign, Trump was in New Jersey yesterday.
Radio
Trump
works.
said it's a miracle he wasn't killed when he shot.
But it didn't work as good as it's working now.
Minster, New Jersey. Trump spoke
Okay.
on last month's assassination attempt.
I wound up trying the transistors, from the 400,
He praised the law enforcement sniper.
and they are actually 2N407s. They worked a little bit, not great. So I had some other, germanium transistors are, you just can't go into the store and buy what you need. So I had a couple different, I had a couple different ones. I had a 2SB 516, and I had a 2SB 475. I tried them in there, about the same. Then I had scrapped out an old transistor radio, and the volume was okay, but not even as loud as this. Then I used the 2SB 65s out of another old transistor radio, and lo and behold, it's working the way it is now. So with that, I basically brought this back to life. Let me see, I've got $7. Came with 2 of these, so you figure $3.50 for the pot, $13 for the transformer, plus numerous other parts, which are minimal. You're talking maybe $4 for the parts that are the other parts of transistor, not the transistors, but the capacitors and resistors. What are you talking? Less than $20 to get this back working again. So I'm going to install the speaker. The speaker's just sitting off to the side right now. Remember, I repaired the speaker. I will reinstall the speaker, get it back into the case. I may have solved the problem with the knob on the side here. We'll see how that works once I put this all back together. Okay, guys, and that's it. I can't put the back on and play it unless I put batteries in. I'm not putting 6D batteries in here. But I just wanted to show you, radio has been, I took on the challenge. I restored the radio. It is working. This is the other side of the radio, which you didn't see too much of. Here's the new output transformer that I put in. Leads weren't long enough, so I had to extend them, but new output transformer. These are the 2SB 56 or 65. I think they're 65s. Original driver. Original. And this is one out of the, the Zenith Royal 400. Radio is working.
Sounds like a rapper, but's an intellectual professor. That's the guy they talk to.
Definitely call this one a rap.
Eric Dyson. We're going to let you hear that again, but first...
Nice looking radio.
Issue of migrants. I've been thinking
Okay, guys, that's a wrap. Hey, remember,
here's my diplomatic way
click
to
like,
solve the
subscribe, make a comment.
diplomatic way to
But that's it on this radio, thank God. It's all done. I don't know. Like I said, less than $20 in parts and
It's as simple as that. I can't be any clearer.
about 30 hours worth of work on it.
Your days of
Maybe
pimping
20, I don't
the
know.
American people is
But that's
coming
it,
to a
guys.
close.
This is a wrap.
You can't pimp the government in your country, so you think you're going to come here and just ride the backs of all of